Good morning, it's Barbara. It is chilly outside, but I'm going out because it is bright and sunny and beautiful, although breezy. But I wanted to show you the floors. I told you that I would give you a little preview about the kitchen floors and why I want them done. These are hardwood floors. They are in terrible shape. You can see a little bit of their original color and whatever, but over the years of water in the kitchen and dogs scrambling for cheese and whatever, they are in terrible shape. And I have just decided, see, this is going into the mudroom where they scramble. This isn't dirt. This is beat up floor. And it just, we didn't necessarily want to pay for, new floors or whatever. But Dennis is busy messing up the floor now, playing with his dog, the dog that thinks she's a cat. So anyway, this is how our floors get messed up. And going into the front hallway, you can see the whole way, the bottom of the stairs, they scramble. And then this is the dining room. Okay, this is the preview of what it's going to look like before I clean it up for Christmas Eve. And then here's Dennis's office. Now, his office has had a carpet in it for 2 decades, so it's in pretty good shape as far as the floor goes. So anyway, this is what we're starting with for a floor. And at least in the kitchen, we're going to get new and then eventually refinish the rest of it. But, because it's hardwood, so it can be refinished, but, it'll just end up back this way because 2 90-pound dogs that think they're cats. All right, my water's ready. I'm going to make my coffee. I got a dog in my lap. Oh, she's just leaving, making a liar out of me. The girls love it out here in this kind of weather. Good morning, it's Barbara. I'm wearing my Montrealer. I'm actually wearing my Montrealer over my garden gate. Cheers. Good morning, it's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. Okay, so the Montrealer, perfect for this weather because it's very breezy. I hope you can hear me. And cool, but not cold, and perfect. So this is like the heaviest hoodie, except the hood isn't very heavy. And I didn't finish it because I never did the binding around the hood so I could cinch it up. I have to say, I'm not as happy with the hood as I would like to be, and I'm sitting here thinking, I wonder if I could go on Ravelry and find some more of the Elemental Cormo in this color and try to do it in that. I have these kinds of thoughts about my knitting, but I don't actually, knit. The problem is I'm not feeling like knitting, but I'm really feeling like having knitted stuff. So I'm going to have to figure out how to get those two things to jive. Did I say good morning? It's Barbara. Thank you for joining me for coffee. So I just have started the process of washing my socks. Some of these socks have been dirty for 6 or 8 months because I have a hand wash hamper. And I do have a lot of socks. Which makes me happy. But my drawer is getting kind of empty, so I'm like, okay, I gotta wash my socks. And so I started doing that today. And it feels good to just do something because I am not doing very much, to be perfectly frank. I'm doing some puttering, around the house. I'm doing dishes, emptying the dishwasher, cutting my nails. You're not doing very much when cutting your nails ends up on your list of things you did, right? I didn't make my lemon juice, which I have to do it today. It's ready to go. But I do have some executrixing I have to do. I got my Peter's back from his trip to Czechia. Apparently he had a wonderful time. And so he started back to work. And so I have things that I have to do, but we are in the end game. I sent my niece a text saying, okay, kiddo, in one more week you're going to be holding up the works till she does her part. So but she does have a week. So things will heat up, and it's the end game for my mom's estate. It sounds like the plan is the final tax return will be for a shortened year of August to December, and then we'll be done. And I think that'll be that. So I am looking forward to being done with that. And then next tax season, and then so in January and February we'll be doing taxes on the final taxes for my mom's estate, the final taxes for the trust, and then I'll be done. Dennis is doing his executoring stuff, but it's more straightforward. So I don't know when he will be done. It would be nice if he could be done at the end of the year too. So anyway, that's my plan for today, which will not, this is small potatoes stuff, but that's all I'm up for these days. Although, interesting to me, maybe not to you. Mentally, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling fine, good. I'm not even feeling flat. I'm feeling good. And the crazy thing is, I think part of it is just I've let myself watch these stupid things on my phone and say it's okay and don't worry about it. And now I'm not worried about it, and now I feel okay. Like I said when I was talking about the whole renovation thing, it's, all in my head. I get so inside my head with so many things that I drive myself crazy. I'm trying to stop that. How am I doing? It's still bright. I feel silly in these sunglasses, but they're still, although I'm late today. I mean, I said good morning when I showed you the gizmo, and technically it was still morning, but it isn't morning now. Now I got the hiccups. So the sun has moved quite a bit, but there's still a very bright patch reflecting back in my eyes. So I'm going to keep the sunglasses on. Anyway, so I'm surprisingly feeling okay about the fact that I'm hardly doing anything. So one of these days I'm going to feel like I need to do something. And I think that'll be good too. Part of my problem is, contrary to what you're all sitting there thinking, you could start on that dining room if you wanted to do something. I'm not sure what I want to do when I want to do something. Yeah, I could start on the dining room. Oh, and I need to sit down and figure out where I am in terms of getting Megan's Advent together. Because it has to go to New Zealand, so I need to mail that by the beginning of November. Who knows what's going to happen? Who knows what's going to happen? The other thing is, I have ordered Advents for all 4 kids, my kids and their spouses, but I haven't ordered the granddaughters yet. And I think I'm just going to chimp out and get them makeup Advents again, because I think they really like them, and I got no help from my kids for what to get for the granddaughters, because I saw something that I thought would be a cool Harry Potter Advent maybe for Isabel, but she's not into Harry Potter anymore. So I'm like, well, what is she into? And the answer was cheer and her hair. Cheer Like Cheerleading. She's, I think, moving over to Cheer Like Cheerleading. She's been doing gymnastics and, you know, the cheerleading, the athletic cheerleading that they do these days is a lot of gymnastics. I did watch that show Cheer. I think it's just Cheer for a few episodes. It was very interesting, but these kids on these cheer teams, that, you know, it's like a whole competition of its own thing. But anyway, I couldn't figure out an advent in the theme of cheer. And I couldn't find one for hair either. I mean, I was willing to, you know, hair meaning like different shampoos and conditioners and sprays and, you know, scrunchies and, you know, I didn't find one. So I'm thinking that I'm just gonna go with the makeup, but if I'm gonna do that, I need to order them. So I need to get on the stick. I did for 5 minutes have this idea that maybe I will make one for them, sort of get a makeup advent and then get 24 other little things and mix and match them and make my own. And I even ordered like number labels for the bags and, you know, but I haven't really moved forward with that, and the labels didn't come yet. And the only one thing I ordered came, and it was really cool. It's like little tiny silver, you know, colored like mylar things, or, you know, so it looks like glitter in your hair. Apparently, I don't know, Rihanna or one of those fancy people had it in their hair, and so now it's a thing. I got a package of that. I was thinking I would split it between the two girls as part of this, and, you know, but I think I'm just going to give it to them for Thanksgiving and let them get all jazzed up. It's fun to buy stuff for them, you know. Anyway, so I think I'm going to just, you know, take the easy road and order a couple of different makeup things that I didn't order last time, if I can remember. I'm pretty sure I ordered both of those from Macy's last year, so maybe I'll just find another store, or maybe order one from Ulta and order one from Sephora or something like that, so they get different things. I could do that. Anyway, so we had some excitement last night. Yeah, we go to bed late. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. And I was trying to get Maisie to come up the steps for bed, because the dogs sleep in our bedroom with us. We close the door so they don't roam around the house at night. And she wouldn't come up the steps, and she's like looking up, and she wouldn't come up the steps. There was a bird in the house. We had a bird in our house at 1 o'clock in the morning. Now, in the past, we had a problem with birds getting in the house, but this was years and years ago when Dasha was still with us, and we haven't had Dasha in 7 years, 6 or 7 years. In the spring, because she went out the front door to pee at night. You know, like the ritual for her was we open the front door, she'd go out in the front yard, and she would pee. And a couple of times we ended up with a bird, you know, flapping around, and ended up in the house. And it's because the Christmas wreath stayed so long on the front door that birds had built a nest in it. And so this was in the springtime during nesting season, and the bird was sitting on the nest at midnight. And Dennis opened the front door to let the dog out, and the bird, you know, and ended up in the house. Now, this happened more than once, at least twice. I'm not sure if it was more than that. So this year, I brought I didn't do anything with any other decorations, as you well know, but I did take the wreath off the front door. because I didn't want to have a nest in it again. Well, I was kind of straightening up, you know, a month or two ago, and I thought, oh, well, it's safe. I can put the wreath back on the front door because we're well past nesting time. So it's very possible that this little bird thought that wreath would be a very nice place to sleep, because Dennis opened the front door last night to put something out on the front porch when he came back in. But this was a tiny bird. This was a little tiny bird. It wasn't the big bird that, you know, was in the past. It was a little tiny bird. So if that's how it came in, he never noticed. So anyway, so the bird's like flying around, and Maze won't come upstairs because she's, you know, on the hunt. And Pearl's getting all agitated because she already came into the bedroom, and now there's a bird around. But it's all right. The bird came to see her and came into our bedroom, was flying around, and Pearl got to jump up after it. And so she got a little bird activity. But then the bird flew out of the bedroom, and I closed the door really quick and left Dennis and Maisie on the other side of the door. So I don't know how Dennis got Maze back into the bedroom, but he did. So then it was just me and the dogs in the bedroom. I'm like, do you need help? He's like, no. So he did the same thing that we've done all the other times we've had birds in the house upstairs. He opened the the bathroom window in the other bathroom, or his bathroom, took the screen out, opened the window really wide, put the light on, kept the door open to the house, and went to bed. And so the light attracts the bird can go out the window, and all is well in the world. And apparently that's what happened, because when we got up this morning, there was no bird in the house. Pearl was beside herself because the bird flew in the bedroom and sort of landed on the mirror, and she jumped up on my dresser. And Maisie, I don't think Maisie got that close, because where Maisie was watching it, it was by the front door, which is 2 stories. So Maisie was far away from the bird, although she was very aware of it. But Pearl got up close and personal. Anyway, so that was the excitement of the evening. But they settled down and went to sleep like normal, so that was good. I could imagine them being pretty agitated and continuing to be agitated. But they were not. And when we got up this morning, no bird. So everything's good. But that was very exciting at 1 o'clock in the morning. I have to take a look at that wreath, see if there's any evidence of maybe that bird was sleeping in the wreath. I mean, they sleep in trees and everything. I don't know why the wreath wouldn't be a great place to sleep, so even if it's not nesting season. So anyway, so that was our excitement last night. And Dennis and I are both in the bathroom brushing our teeth together. You know, we have double sink and we're brushing our teeth. We look at each other in the mirror and both at the same time said, content. Dennis is always on the lookout for content for you guys, because he's afraid I'm going to forget to say things. He reminded me this morning so you could hear the story of the birds. He's got you in his mind all the time. Or me. Or both. All of us. Okay, anyway, that's it for today. All the excitement of last night has calmed down. It's a beautiful day out here, and my Montrealer is perfect. Perfect for this weather. Although I am tempted to go on Ravelry in the D-Stash threads, and however you do it, for elemental effects Cormo. That's what this is. Elemental effects Cormo. See if I can get one more skein in this color. I would be happier. I mean, this is pretty yarn, but it's not exactly what I wanted. And, you know, I was just making do at the time. I didn't even finish it, so. Although, It's not like it's gonna come off or anything. Anyway, it's working perfectly today. So there you go. Meanwhile, I'm gonna go. Please take good care of yourselves. Please, please, please stay safe and stay sane.